I think I'm addicted. I'm going to have to quit that habit. Meaning I'm addicted to doing videos, okay? I thought, well, my phone is in there on the charger. I hope it is. I keep losing where I put things, especially my phone. Have to retrace my footsteps. What did I do last? Oh, that's where it is. Anyway, again, it's Lou. Um, I don't know. I had something in mind when I got on here, but now I don't know what it was. My head's been, flitting around everywhere. A lot of different places. I feel like I need to write down some questions and call my oncologist and say, all right, point blank, da 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 da. That is not that easy. All extenuating circumstances must be taken into consideration. So, like, I need to find out, maybe I wouldn't get all those side effects. Or maybe I heard also that I just don't know what it was talking about, okay? It's like when you first take something, it affects you. But then after a while, your body gets used to it, and then it doesn't affect you. You know what I'm saying? Like the funky feeling I get in my head. I mean, the hormone blocker that I'm taking, okay, one of the side effects, I mean, they tell you, it's going to make your bones hurt, your legs hurt. Well, I've done fairly well with that. Last time I had an infusion, they said that you could have flu-like symptoms for the first day, and then I got it out of them first 2 days. They don't tell you everything. But anyway, I said, "What do you mean flu-like symptoms?" Because I'm thinking throwing up and diarrhea. And she said, "No, it's your body aches, the bones ache, in your bones." I've had that happen when I was so cold. It was 20 below in my trailer. I think God was with me. I made it. But damn, I'm serious. Cold business. It can be cold there. But it hasn't been every year. Okay. That first year it was. And we weren't set up. We did get a wood stove, but I'm not sure if we did that the first year or not. Learn things the hard way. I should have you sitting up so I can sit up. I've been laying down. Oh, ye that are heavy laden. You hear Jesus say that? Ye that are heavy laden, lay your burdens at my feet. Somehow he said that. Sometimes it's not so easy to do, is it? And I did, really, for a long period of time. Didn't feel like I could pray. But you get a different perspective on things later in life, I think. I hope. You people out there, especially you older people out there who are approaching death, try to cheer up. Try to be happy about it. You're fixing to go into a whole new place, and you're not going to be old anymore. You're not going to be in pain. The only pain will be not being with your loved ones, but I don't think you're going to feel it on the other side, because you'll be with your loved ones. The ones that have already gone will be there. So you're going to be happy. You just have to get it ingrained in us that it's not a bad thing to die. And I am not advocating suicide. No. And even then, just depends on how you look at things. But it is true. If the only reason you're alive is medicine, there's a two-part to that, okay? Then you've got, do you have family around? Are you old, and in misery and pain? Are you living in a nursing home where no one comes to see you and you don't even know your name? You know, like maybe your marbles are lost? It's okay to go off your medicine. I'm telling you. Ask your bishop. Ask your preacher. I've heard, yeah, and it is not committing suicide to quit taking medicine. The medicine is what's keeping you alive. Maybe you might have done something wrong by doing that. uh, don't take me wrong. I don't want to die. I don't want to die, and if I got something to live for, by God, I'm going to be trying to live. But take all things into consideration. I know this video is going to be out there forever, but it is something to think about. Meaning, we have a right to die. We don't have to stay alive to feed a nursing home, to pay for that room you have every month, for the medicines you take, which is what's keeping you alive. That's not dying of natural causes. I mean, when you're old and not in good shape, and maybe you're in misery and your loved ones are all gone, don't you think it would be better to go join your loved ones? That's what I think. Now, me facing death, the factors change. I mean, I've said it before, I'm old enough to die. I've seen friends die a lot younger. And I had a friend who was, it's a weird situation, and he was a friend of mine before other people became involved in the situation, okay? But I heard him, or I heard that he said, or something, because it was online. I didn't hear his voice. Maybe he wrote a post or something. But he was ready to go, is what he said. Something like that. In other words, he'd probably been fighting a good fight for a long time. I don't know anything about it. I know when he was younger, he limped. I knew him. I knew him before the neighbors across the street moved in. I knew him before that. He used to walk me around the block. We were young things. We didn't do nothing except for we were neighbors from afar, and he was cute. But I didn't know why he limped. And I don't know what his problems were that caused him to go early. And I'm not sure how early he went. But I'm thinking around 60. Some people die at 50. Depends on how rough a life they've had. And sometimes it depends on a drunk driver taking their life away. That just happened. 4 people just died. And I'm not sure exactly where they were. I was thinking they were in Perryton. They lived in Perryton. And then the other guy, I don't know still if it was a guy or a girl, but I think was from Lubbock. don't know why they were there and why they were. So far, I heard something about maybe the accident happened in Oklahoma. So there's a panhandle situation there. Perryton is in the top. Perryton is in the top of the panhandle of Texas. Okay? And right above it, like 8 miles above it, is the panhandle of, see, I've been gone so long, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking, yeah, Oklahoma. So, like, the panhandle of Oklahoma actually looks like a panhandle. It's long, and then, thin across the map. So it doesn't take long to cross to cross over Oklahoma. But from Perryton, Texas to the state line to Oklahoma Panhandle, I think is about 8 miles. Now that's just a figure coming up in my head, but I'm pretty sure that's about right. That's where you could go to the line and get beer. And back then, Perryton was a dry county. You could not have alcohol there legally. Unless you went into a private club, Then you could pay your dues and go in a private club and drink. But otherwise, there was a bar, so there was few and far between. There was a bar where I used to go dancing all the time, so they served alcohol. And I forget what the name of it was. Nobody went there, so I went there because there was a dance floor, and there was a DJ, and there was music. A real nice big dance floor, because it was more like a warehouse type of situation. And this is out where in Texas the two-stepping's going on. Now I like to two-step. I love to two-step. And I love to twirl. Get your partner and your legs are entwined and you're twirling together. Yeah. I love it. Okay, so that's just a dream of mine. I don't even know if my legs would let me do that anymore. I'm going to strengthen myself, but geez, how late in life do we do these things? And that's the whole thing, is late in life, I don't understand. Cancer is a big, 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 big deal, man. So maybe it is a lot to do with our diet and what we're eating. And, we know that it affects our dogs. If you buy cheap dog food, then they don't live as long. I believe that's probably a fact. But if you can't afford to buy, but we did. We bought some good dog food. It was at the end that it was hard to do that. But our dogs did not go hungry. It's just they could have used a little bit better food. Sometimes I'd buy the better bag and mix it with the other bag, but that's just not enough. So I believe we got about 18% fat, is what's sticking in my mind, and 26% protein. And it was called, what was that called? I just saw the picture in my head. We used to buy, I can't remember the name of it, but it was really good. Country something. It'll come to me. Or maybe if Joe sees this, he can chime in and say what it was. Country Vet is what I want to say. I bet it is. Country Vet. Really good dog food. 26% protein and 18% fat. I'm positive. Can't remember the color because they got different dog foods. They got different colors for different configurations, But it turns out that dog food, when you go to buy it, is kind of spendy. So, yeah. Our dogs looked good. Shiny coat. And German Shepherds are puppies. They're just puppies until they die, I think. Until they can't move around too good. seriously. Lady was playing up close until the end. You know, like bring a toy over and want to play. Or tail wagging. So yeah, German Shepherds are great dogs. Just don't be breeding. You know, I thought we were going to be doing good and subsidizing our low income, but all that did was drain our income. And you learn things along the way. So, no, I wouldn't do that again. I don't know why I have to live and learn. Seems like I do that over and over again sometimes. Because I have had animals before, and then they get pregnant, and there you are with puppies, and then there you are with all them dogs. Anyway, so you'd think you wouldn't do that again. You'd think you'd remember. Remember? Plus, what? Is that a movie? Yeah, there's some movie playing in my head. So I went out for a walk, but I really don't think I made it very far. For maybe a half an hour. My phone's in the other room, so I'm not sure. Concentration, that word. I have a hard time with that. And I know. It's my choice of herb. Takes me down different paths. And a lot of times in front of you guys. I come to say, hey. But I have been playing with words. I want to come up with a nice card. I mean, it's going to be on Amazon. And it might be a more expensive way to go, I'm not sure. I should really look at it other ways. But this time I'm going to get 500 cards. Last time I got 100, and I'm not sure if I've given out that many cards or if I've just misplaced them. But I'm getting low on my cards, so I want to get some done. So I've gone and I've figured out which one, and then I've looked at how the lines are set up, how many characters per line, so I can try to get some words to fit in there the best. But I found out today I have more letters than I thought, see? So where did I write that? I can remember it in my head, but I did write it down. So instead of just saying, okay, you're going there, it's a template, so it tells you what to write on those things. But what if you don't want to do that? What if you want to just customize it more and just put different words in those places? And that's what you can do. So then I just want it to be nice and get a point across. So, if you have the same intentions, let's see if I can remember, because this is going to be front and back. It doesn't cost that much more at all to do the back. And a lot of times, we'll write a note on the back or something. But I think I want to write the note to begin with in ink. So I want to spread the word. And I have to remember I need to do that stealthily. Anyway, I think you guys know what I mean. I should have my glasses on. Okay, so I've been writing out lines, and then I've been counting the letters with spaces in the line that I've written. And so, okay, I'll just tell you. The first two lines on the front are 35 characters. That includes your blank spaces. Okay, so 35. And then there's 3 more lines. And what it is you've got a bigger line at the top, and then you've got a good sized line. In other words, the print is bigger. I'm thinking, like on this one, I put my glasses back on. I can show you this, and you just kind of figure it out from there. Because it's the same. The spacing, there's a spacing and a size of the letters on the top, and then there is 3 lines put together, all the same size text, the same size letters and numbers, but not as big as those. So I'm going to show you this card. Let's see if you can see it. All right, see, so how lose touches at the top, and then you space down, and there's that size. That's a little bit smaller letters, but bigger than the bottom. And then the spacing is, I guess you could consider it double spaced. And then down below, that would be single spaced, the lines between each other. Okay, so at the top, 35, 35, and then you can have 50, 50, and 50, which is quite a bit. Okay, so then on the back, so I've got my phone number on there because I changed my phone number. But anyway, anyway, in the blank space, which it should have been blank, then you write, there's 5 lines, but they're all 35 characters. You can't go over 35 characters. And I believe they're all like single spaced. Or maybe, no, they probably are like double spaced, but the type is small, like you saw on the bottom. I'm thinking, because I have to have Amazon on here to do it, and I've got to get my right words. So that's what I was figuring out, is how many characters can I do to get the full use of my card and be able to use some of my tricky words. So I do like to be tricky a little bit. I would love for you guys to go over my papers, the ones in the very beginning. And that's the whole reason for me starting this channel. I wanted to share my thoughts from 30 to 40 years ago, when I was, I know I was 27 when I wrote. Yeah, because my daughter, I'm 22 years older than my daughter, okay? And so in kindergarten she was 5, that puts me at 27. Because that's where she was, and school was kindergarten. And we lived up on a mountain on 500 acres, and cows all around, pigs across the street. It was like a little farm. I rented the house. And the guy ran cattle and had animals and had all the use of the land. So why was I saying that? My first paper that I remember writing was "Turn on your light so you're not in the dark." And that's where I was when I wrote that. I was up there on that mountain. After talking to my daughter, I told her, turn on your light so you're not in the dark. You know, when it's getting dark and the room's kind of dark and stuff, but you're still going because you don't pay any attention to that. And so it was kind of dark in there. So I'm going, turn your light on, man. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. Okay, that was done. Nevertheless, I do want to get my card done. So I've got all these things written out, and I keep turning it, changing it. But I found some good ones, so I just have to find some good ones and have them fit in the space. And see, earlier I was thinking I couldn't have that many characters, because so I was cutting down my sentence because I had to get down to 35, is what I thought. So isn't that 15? That's 15 more characters. So that frees up a couple words. So I was trying to take my sentence and then make it shorter. And sometimes those separating words are important, like and. and can be important. And then I thought I had it spelled out, and then I said, okay, well, there's a character that is only one thing that takes and changes that and. But I would rather have the word and. Like, search the scriptures and you will find Jesus is talking to you all the time. Okay, so that's 2 lines. And it rhymes. And it's true. A lot of that stuff you read, when you start reading, you can tell when Jesus is talking. Now that's a trip. I mean, if you really respect and know who he is. Wow. So, you're going to want to know him. No, you can't believe everything. Probably, we believe the Bible to be true as far as it's translated correctly. And not everything can be. Sometimes there's just not words that match up with what they need to be. So that's understandable in the Bible. But a word can change the meaning. Can change it a lot. Words are important. Okay, here's another one that I love. I really should go find that, but I don't want to search for it, okay? Jesus was sending out his apostles. Okay, I am not positive. Okay, there's two kind of scenarios. Maybe it was at the end when he left them. And it very well could be. But I was thinking it was when he sent them out to go teach and heal the sick and do miracles of their own, to prepare the way for when he came, they'd be ready for him, to go out and teach about him. But he gave them some of his power, where they could cast out demons, and they could heal the sick. Well, there's a reason I told you that, but I don't know what it is. Oh. Okay, this is why. Because I wrote something about that too. And that is, he told his apostles to be as wise as a serpent, but as harmless as a dove. And that's when he sent them out. But he could have sent them out at the end when he's leaving, or he's not going to be around anymore. But I think that's a good one too. Jesus said that. Jesus said, be as wise as a serpent and as harmless as a dove. So, you do need to know what's going on around you. So that's being wise. But sometimes, if you don't know what's happening, how can you be wise to it? But if you do know something, I don't know, be careful out there. Evil is afoot. But good stuff is afoot too. And if you have the Spirit of Jesus Christ in you, you can fight off the evil. Sometimes you can't help yourself from being stupid. They can really plague you. So be careful. Because you just can't even imagine how people can be. We've been going along just thinking everybody's just like us. We're good people. We don't think of hurting somebody else. That's just not in our thought pattern. If we hurt them, it's by accident. Or love situations. That's there's a lot of people getting hurt. Sometimes you just can't help it. That's not what I want to talk about. So anyway, I'm just trying to figure out. So I've got 5 lines on the back that I can fill, and then I got 5 lines on the front that I can fill. And the purpose of my card is going to be to direct people to my channel. So I want to give a little sampling of what's on my channel. Somewhat. It's like an introduction card. It's an introduction card. Please come along for the ride. Now, I hadn't written that one down yet. Let's see. I was trying to write my words in different ways. Okay. Let's see. Wake up. The truth is here. The power of God is alive. And you can be a partaker. Okay, so that was one of that's 3 different lines there. And then I got this other one, which has 33 characters. It says, come and partake of Jesus' Spirit. That Jesus has an apostrophe at the end for possessive. Come and partake of Jesus. And we would say Jesus is, Jesus. How would you say that? Spirit. Anyway. And then I put, with God all things are possible. And then I've got peace of mind is in sight. And see, you could do that 2 different ways. You can just, I had it at first insight, I-N-S-I-G-H-T, so like one word, insight. Like inside here, you can see insight, okay? But then I separated it into 2 words, insight. In other words, peace of mind is insight, like the light beyond the tunnel. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, so it's in sight, but it's way over there. Peace of mind is in sight. So that's 2 different meanings for the word insight, or 2 different words, in sight. And then I said, with God you can know the truth. But really it's with the gift of the Holy Ghost you can know the truth of all things. So that's what I should write. So sometimes what I want to write will take up 2 lines. I'm going to read to you what I wrote here. I was just writing, okay? I do not believe it was today, but it could have been. My days are blending together, okay? So let's see. I should just read to you. This will be, of course it'll be a video. I was going to say this will be a one-time thing. Let's see. I've got loose touch at the top. And then it says, take a trip with me back in time and you will see mysteries of God and your life. Saved for this time, can you see? Fast forward through time, here we be. I like that. Okay. Anyway, so I wrote more. There's a space in between. And then I said, the Book of Mormon coming to light is a major event and a sign given where the last days has begun. And I could say have begun. H-A-V-E. Yes. Where the last days have begun. And that would also probably be because I made that days a plural, instead of day. Changes how you use the has and have thingamabob. But it's in my head, so I don't know how to explain it. Where the last days have begun. Has begun would probably be, could probably be proper too. The countdown, and I got an exclamation point. I said, this book was saved for this time. The tampered truth. Wake up, as Neo said. Wake up, the truth is here. The power of God is alive, and you can be a partaker. See, I was moving my sentences around, so I took those last three type things. I took that off the bottom of this middle thing. I said, wake up, the truth is here. The power of God is alive, and you can be a partaker. So that's trying to concise your words so that they'll fit in a space, okay, is part of that. Or I would change my words. You know, if I have plenty of space, I would put some extra words in there. Make it sound a little bit better instead of so choppy. But sometimes choppy's good. But yes, take a trip with me. At one time I said take a trip with Lou. But it's me. Lou's touch will be at the top probably. Take a trip with me back in time and you will see mysteries of God. And what I wanted to put there is unfolded. Because there were mysteries of God that were saved until this book came forward. And there it is. Ether. The book of Ether is pretty special. That's back from the time of the Tower of Babel. And it says that the languages were confounded. That's a real deal. And these people, the brother of Jared was in good with God. And the brother of Jared. Okay, so Jared was the leader of the Jaredites. But the Jaredites were not made until the languages were confounded and they prayed. Jared would have his brother pray to God about trying to keep their language together where they could communicate, because nobody could communicate anymore. So he did it not just one time, they prayed several different times about, first it was just them. I think if they had wives, it would include their family, you know. But at first they just prayed about that, the two of them, I think, and that I'm sure their family, that they would be able to communicate. And then he's going, but what about our family and friends, you know? And then our family and friends, their family and friends. So that's how they made the Jaredites. They were allowed to bring in all these different people. They prayed several different times to get permission. In other words, first they started with themselves, and then the next thing they were including their family and friends, and then the next thing they were including the family and friends of the family and friends. So those were different prayers. And they were able to be able to keep their language together so they could communicate. And then they were taken away. I would venture to say, and I think I've said it before, they were taken away through the wilderness and to the ocean. They built ships and then they crossed the ocean, just like the Lamanites and the Nephites did. Lehi and his family, and Ishmael, I'm not saying his name right probably, and his family, and then a couple of servants are the ones who went and started this Book of Mormon. Okay, they went out into the wilderness and then they built ships to cross the ocean too. Okay, I don't know how long it took them. Anyway, they probably had to fashion themselves some type of tools. So I don't think they took tools with them. I don't know. But that's an interesting thought. But the Lord doth provide when needed be. So let's see. I have another paper over here. Let's say over here. These are all just lines, okay? They don't all go together. And you will see that I've already used them. Okay, and sometimes, you know, you do not have to rhyme to have poetry. That's why I say it's freestyle. These are just me trying it over and over again, okay? So this is too many times. like, it says, take a trip back in time. Learn for yourself just how you fit into the grand scheme of things. Let Lou be your tour guide. Go on a treasure hunt. And then I said, take a trip with Lou back in time. Discover for yourself hidden mysteries unfolded. Search the scriptures and you will find hidden mysteries of diverse kind. Let Lou be your guide. Take a trip back in time, never before told. Discover mysteries. Okay, discover mysteries never before told. So I messed that up. I'm going to start that all over. Let Lou be your guide. Take a trip back in time. Discover mysteries never before told. Go on a treasure hunt through the scriptures. And then I was trying to say never before told mysteries will unfold. Okay, that one rhymed. Okay, got that? Never before told mysteries will unfold. You see, that's also said backwards. I do that a lot too. I say things backwards. Like, you can take the second part of my sentence and put it in the beginning, and it still works. It's not necessarily backwards, it's just I do find myself doing that. Okay, so then I've got these lines over here. I probably already read them. So like at the top of my card, I'm going to say, lose touch. Now I'm going to put those little, I don't know what you call them. I wanted to say parentheses. Those little, there's two dots. They look like an inch sign, okay? Not dots, it's two little lines. Anyway, here, maybe you can see it. See that right there. And that right there. It's not parentheses. But anyway, it stands out. All right, so lose touch on YouTube. It's probably going to be on my top line. And I might not do those things, but I think I'm right. Okay. And then RSO infused coconut oil, salves and lotions. Those are things, it's a possibility. And then I've got these lines counted out. Search the scriptures and you will find Jesus is talking to you all the time. Read the scriptures and you will find Jesus talking to you all the time. See, I was trying to condense it more. That's why it says the same thing, but with less characters. And then down the bottom, he told his apostles to be as wise as a serpent, but as harmless as a dove. And I like that saying. And yes, it's sad that we have to go through so much stuff to be wise sometimes, you know. If you haven't been there, you don't know. Okay. See, these are just me thinking. It says, let Lou touch your life. And then I've got Lou's touch, like I just showed you on YouTube. And then I've got come walk with me. And then I've got advocate for Jesus Christ. I've got check out my channel. And then I've got another one. Creator of Lou's Magical Brew. Now instead of, do I have Lou's Magical? No, I think I just have Magical Healing Ointment. But I had thought recently, you know, because I did stir my brew. So it depends on who you are and how you look at it. Lou's Magical Brew. Yes, medicine. Come walk with me. I like that. This second one says, come walk and listen to Lou. I don't like that. Check out what Lou believes. Now, I do want to put something like that in there. Let Lou be your guide. She will show you trippy scriptures inside. I like that. Okay, and it's true. There are trippy scriptures. It's like, oh my. Really. In the Book of Mormon, it's a matter of fact. Angels are a matter of fact. Angels are messengers from God. And it happens all the time in the scriptures. Okay? It's strange. There's no questioning it. And an angel appeared and said, you have to leave because they're going to kill you. That's what they said to Lehi. He'd been telling everybody to repent of their sins. And they didn't want to hear it anymore. They didn't want to hear it at all. So they had plans to kill him. Maybe even his family. Just wipe him off the face of the earth. Anyway, so an angel did appear to Lehi and tell him they had to leave. Or they're going to lose their life. And these are the people who started the Book of Mormon, which was records. They kept records of their history. And I need to read that story to you guys. I just don't know if I'm up to it. I believe I already read you guys that vision. There was a vision of the Tree of Life and the spacious building and the iron rod and the path, the straight and narrow path. All those things were in this dream, which led to the Tree of Life, I think. And the fruit thereof was most delicious, which is the gospel of Jesus Christ. But in order to get there, they had to hold on to this iron rod. Because I think they went through a fog. There's deep darkness, okay? So there's a straight and narrow path they're walking on. And then there's an iron rod, like I was going to say like a banister, but this would be straight and narrow. But something to hold on to, a railing. I got my hand over here holding on, but you guys can't see that. Anyway, so I'm trying to paint you a picture, okay? A beautiful tree just loaded with fruit. And the most tasty, delicious fruit ever. There must not be anything more tasty than that fruit. But in order to get there, they had to go through darkness and stuff, and they had to hold to the rod. See, I'm over here holding to the rod. You know, like going up a staircase, there's something to hold on to, except for that it's straight, you're still going to hold on to it. And you're walking on a sidewalk, so it's a straight and narrow path. So as long as you hold on to the rod, then you're staying on the sidewalk and you're headed towards that Tree of Life. But over here on the left is this big, spacious building. I mean, massive, tall building with people on every floor. They're partying, hardy, and they're over there laughing at you. They're laughing at you people that are holding on to the rod and going down the straight and narrow path. You see, they're the ones who are lost. But they act like you're the ones, okay? You have to be strong. You have to know that you're not foolish. They are, okay? So that's what that's all about, the Tree of Life, because that is the gospel of Jesus Christ, is that fruit. Most delicious above anything. But you have to try it. But see, in that dream, you have to get to the tree first before you can try it. And a lot of people give up or don't even, maybe they don't even know what they're doing. But that is two different dreams, or two different visions, because Lehi told his son, Nephi, about that vision. He probably told his whole family about that vision, but especially Lehi was really into that. And so Nephi, the son, the third son down, prayed that he would be able to see the very same thing that his dad saw, so he would know. And he did, and he told more details, and I never did go and find that out. So, from what I understand, he's got his own vision that he recorded after asking for that. And all I remember about it is there's more details involved. Let Lou be your guide. She will show you trippy scriptures inside. You know, I even looked up some scriptures in the Bible. They were trippy. And they were talking about the gods, plural, and the Godhead. Lou wants to touch your life. Come walk and talk with me. Check out what Lou believes. These are just different lines. I need to go find something good to eat. Creator of Lou's Magical Brew. And that's true. Okay. You will have heard all these before. Take a trip with me back in time. Let me take you on a treasure hunt. Let's see what hidden mysteries we will find. You want to know from whence you came? Question mark. And where wilt thou go when you leave? Did you always live your life to deceive? Now, I don't know why I put that there. Okay, I was just practicing lines. And it rhymed with leave. But really, I think what I was talking about is if you have lived your whole life with that mindset of deceiving other people, you better change it. You have time to change it, but you better get with the program. You can't just wish that you've changed it. And there's something they say, you have to give fruit meat for repentance. I'm not saying it quite right, and I haven't heard it in a long time, but the point is, sometimes it's like you can say you're sorry and you want to change and all that stuff, but you need to kind of show it. And so you can't really do it on your deathbed. If you wait until your deathbed, you're not really sorry, are you? Because you have to feel remorse, and then you have to try to set it right, if you can. But that's why I said that. Did you always live your life to deceive? And okay, so it's like, okay, let's see what hidden mysteries we will find. You want to know from whence you came, and where wilt thou go when you leave? Did you always live your life to deceive? Because that might tell you where you're going to go. Okay, that's what that was saying. And then this says, Lou's Touch on YouTube. Then I've got theology. What does Lou believe? And then I've got take a trip with Lou, or take a trip with me, either one, back in time. Go on a treasure hunt. Let Lou be your guide. Find out what your purpose is. That's a good one. Kind of, sort of. I've got to go eat. I'm getting really kind of sicky. So, we've been talking 54 minutes. I've been talking, I'm sorry. I do that quite a bit, don't I? Alright, so this one here, I did it on my index card. Okay. So I'll read it. Lou's Touch. Then I've got Home of My Magical Brew. And then I've got RSO infused coconut oil. And then I've got Donate to the Cause and receive one free. Lou's Touch on Cash App. Okay, so that's the deal about donating. I have some jars, and they have donation prices. So you can donate and then get the jar free. And I have a Cash App, so I have a Cash App address, which is really super easy because it's still my name, Lose Touch. Sorry. So on the Cash App, you start out with the $sign. I can't believe it. There, see it? That's LOUSTOUCH with a $sign in front, but all those letters are little letters. Well, if you've got the Cash App, which I think is just what it says, the Cash App, I can't even remember how I did it, but I had to have gotten it from the Cash App store, the App Store. And then you'd probably just follow the promptings, you know. And it's like having a bank card. You can put money on it. You can send money from it. And you can link it to your bank account. So you can take money from your bank account and put it in your Cash App and vice versa. I just haven't got that mastered, but I've done it. I went to the bank and had them show me, and we did it. I've had a little difficult time because they've been a little touchy about stuff. But nevertheless, once you get it all linked up, it's just really lickety-split nice. If you need to send somebody money, you're able to do it. Okay, I'm getting a little bit funny in the head here, meaning I need to eat some food. So I've got several things to choose from. At least now I know how many characters I can have. So 3 of the lines on the front of my card can be 50 characters each, but all the rest of the lines are 35 characters. And so I don't think there's enough room for 35 characters on the top of that. But you know what? This is a different card. This is the one I've been using right now. Okay. The one that I'm going to make is different. It's just got so, you know, it's the size of a business card, and then it's just got an outline, we'll say, like where you would have matting. It just has a line down all of it. And then so inside is where your print goes. So I'm just going to have to try it out and see how it works. But I do like that idea. And let's see what happens. Okay. I'm going to be over the hour here in a second. So I just got to figure out some nice lines that says something good that fits in the space. And still have my my email address on there. Maybe my phone number. Not sure about that. But then again, how can you communicate very fluidly if you don't have phone numbers? So, you know what I mean? When you want to talk to somebody, it's nice to be able to just call that number. However, there's crazies out there in the world. And I could be one of them. But anyway, I like that too. Lose Touch, home of my magical brew. RSO infused coconut oil, donate to the cause and receive a free one. But what it says is donate to the cause and receive one free. And then it's got my Cash App address. That's 5 lines too, with lots of room for more letters. Anyway, you guys take care. I just passed the hour and I wasn't looking. But anyway, I have to do some other things and stay off of here. I just feel like talking sometimes though, you know. Don't want to keep saying the world's a mess, but let's do our part to make it better. I'm going to look those words up too. Oh, I think I did write that down. Okay. Georgia, wrap me up in all your I want just. And it says, I was lost in the darkness, but then I found you. Actually, it says, I found her. I found you. And I wrote the word heaven, but then they didn't come up. I love that song. So tripping, I know I'm over here tripping. Sharing my ideas. You guys brainstorm like that? I like those two ones. Search the scriptures and you will find Jesus is talking to you all of the time. See, I added of because that's what I said to begin with. It's just I was getting rid of some words because I didn't think I had enough room for those characters. Go on a treasure hunt, let Lou be your guide. Discover mysteries unfolded. Search the scriptures and go back in time. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, really. And especially some of the things you find out in there. I mean, I've been reading some pretty trippy stuff. If you guys were following my stuff, tripping me out. And I've already had my mind open to this stuff a long time. Meaning the possibilities of becoming God. Becoming a God of our own worlds. Okay? Not taking his place. But if we earn it, our Father in heaven is going to give it to us. Okay? That little white stone it talks about in Revelation 2, verse 17. That's a Urim and Thummim. And with that you'll know everything. And everybody who goes into the celestial kingdom gets one. But you got to make it to the celestial kingdom. Or you don't get one. I mean, if you're in the terrestrial kingdom or the terrestrial kingdom, you're not going to get that white stone. You're not going to get your own Urim and Thummim. You might live in a lovely place for eternity, but you're not going to attain your Father's glory. Achieve. I think they mean the same thing. To obtain, you have to pay for it. You have to earn it. So you're not just given it because you're a son or a daughter of God. The one who acts like it. You know, given the chance, given opportunities, do right things. Don't hurt people. Do what Jesus Christ would do. Sorry. Do what Jesus Christ would do. I do like that. Come go for a walk. My daughter thought that was pretty cool too. I think she might have even mentioned it. I think we're mentioning it at the same time, but it is, take a walk with me. But put me in your ear, okay, guys? I don't know. I need to go back and try to figure out what everything is and hashtag it. Come go for a walk. Go on a treasure hunt. You never know what you will find inside. Do do da da da. I didn't read this one. Lose Touch on YouTube, and then it says RSO infused coconut oil. Then it says salves and lotions. Then it says pain relief, sexual enhancer. Salves are edible. Salve is edible and is excellent lube. You guys getting the point? So we'll have to figure out how to do that because that is really important. Very important. So this one says, I don't know if I read it to you before, Lose Touch. Let Lou touch your life in ways you cannot imagine. Go on a treasure hunt with Lou. Find out how important you are. Check out what Lou believes. Take a trip back in time. So I've just been practicing these things. So that's my handwriting. And then I have stuff written on the back too. So what have I got on that? Lose Touch on YouTube. Okay, I already read that. I like that. Yeah, I'm going to figure it out. So I get 5 lines at 35 characters each on the back. And then on the front I get those 2 35s and 3 50s. So that's pretty good. I think it's going to be, it's like $33 to get 500 cards. And then it's still almost $12 for shipping. But I guess, taking all things into consideration, it's worth it. It's just it's going to cost money I don't have. See, and I like that other one, but I don't see what I said there. It's about the scriptures being unfolded, mysteries being unfolded. I'm not sure where it's at. But anyway, I think I will stop, go see what's going on with Papa Bear, find some food. And yeah, Dr. William Lee, I gotta listen to him a lot. And some other ones. He appears on podcasts on these doctors' channels or shows, whatever. So he's been appearing on a lot of different people's shows, and I've been listening to his stuff. So it's Eat to Beat Disease, and then he's got one, I'm not sure how to say it, Eat to Beat Your Diet. So anyway, he does keep talking about foods that will help you with your health, help you lose weight, help you fight cancer and diabetes and all kinds of other stuff probably. But I think if we can fight cancer, that's pretty good, and especially since I haven't. But So many people do have it. It is amazing what's going on. But sure hope they aren't doing it on purpose, you know. The culling of the people. Send your food. Okay, I'm tired. I'm going to say sayonara. Sweet dreams. I hope you have a lovely evening. Or morning, for that matter, because it'll probably be morning when you get this. Who knows? Could be any time of the day. Take care, okay? I love you. We are all children of God. And until we're gone, we got a chance to change if we need to. We all need to grow, okay? Nobody's perfect. Figure if you're perfect, you are not here. All right, take care.